Peace, love, and light to everyone tuned in. Once again, I thank you again. Sending love, peace, and light to everyone fighting battles, to everyone struggling, to everyone fighting to make ends meet. I send peace, love, and light on your journey. Once again, I'm just coming here to send, words of encouragement. Coming here to empower, to strengthen people on the journey as they go through this life. This evening, I want to basically touch on the topic attachments. Alright, just want to give my perspective on attachments. Alright, I personally believe in this life, we are not supposed to be attached to anything and anyone. Again, I do believe in this life, we are not supposed to be attached to anything and anyone. Right? Because you have to remember, in this life, we basically didn't come here to stay. You didn't come here to stay, I didn't come here to stay. And that's just the harsh reality. Most people don't take the time to think about that. But that's just the harsh reality, that one day that you will be gone. One day, the person that you love will be gone. Right? Attachments. Attachment can be something that's holding you back right now. Probably you watching me and me speaking on that topic is actually speaking directly to you. Right? But attachment is not a good thing. For example, I love to use Mother Nature, for examples, because you can always relate to Mother Nature, right? For example, let's say you see a beautiful flower, alright? You see a beautiful flower that you fall in love with. Now there is love and there's attachment. That's two separate things. So you see a beautiful flower that you fall in love with, right? You love the way it looks, you love the way it smells. So you basically, so every day you pass, you're probably taking that same route, and you keep, every time you pass, you adorn that flower. You adore that flower, you love to see it, it's beautiful, it smells nice. Then one day, all of a sudden you say, you know what happened? I will take that flower home. Alright, so you love it so much, you got attached to it. So now you wanna bring it home with you. Alright? So you know what you do? You pick that flower and you bring it home. Because you love it and you grow a sense of attachment towards that flower. Right? But do you know what's gonna happen with that flower? So you actually picking that flower, you are actually causing that flower to die. Because a lot of the times we fall in love with things and we fall in love with people and we want all for ourselves. And in most cases, what we're actually doing, we're actually damaging or killing the other person and ourselves in the process. So where you could have appreciated and loved that flower it was from a distance, you chose to take it for yourself. But in the process of doing such, you're actually killing that flower. Now love and attachment is two different things. Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. But sometimes in life you have to understand, sometimes, yes, you love something, but it's okay to love from a distance. Not because you love something means that you need to keep it for yourself. Have you ever heard the phrase, sometimes when you love something, you need to let it go? You can also relate to that phrase. But love is beautiful. So basically on that topic, I want to speak about relationships, dealing with attachments and love. Do not confuse love with attachment. Again, attachment is very detrimental to your life. For an example, you watching me right now, maybe probably in a relationship with someone, probably a couple years by now. You've grown so much together. You'll learn each other, you'll know each other both inside and out, good and bad, right? But you have to understand as a person and as a human being that your partner will not always be perfect. So yes, it's okay to love, but the attachment is wrong, because your partner is actually on his or her own personal journey. So your partner might have a lot of things to learn on his or her journey. Probably you've overcome most of your demons already, but your partner may have a lot more to learn. So when we as people attach ourselves to other people and expect perfection from them, we cannot blame anyone else when things go left. Again, when we attach ourselves to other people and things go left, we cannot blame anyone but ourselves. Because again, I'm telling you, attachments is wrong. Attachments are dangerous. You love your partner, you appreciate your partner, you value your partner. You should be helping your partner to reach his or her best self. It won't always be perfect. Alright? It will not always be perfect. But you need to understand that there's always a line to be drawn. Because sometimes in your relationship, your partner might actually stumble across a brick or wall where he or she can't function the way he or she normally used to, because now probably he or she is facing their demons. So sometimes you seem like your partner is pulling away, and that is affecting you deeply. Now again, if it's love still hurts, but attachment will kill you. Because what if that partner really actually needs time for he or herself to regain consciousness and to regain insight? You, the one being attached, won't be able to bear. You, the one attached, won't be able to bear with the reality of things, because again, you're too attached. You do not want to let it go. And that's just one example. See, in life, we have to allow people to be themselves. And we have to understand that everyone is going through their own journey and through their own life. So when things go left and the pain is unbearable and you find it hard to get over someone or something, we cannot blame anyone else but ourselves. Now, as I said in the beginning, love is a beautiful thing. Sometimes to fully love someone, you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable to that person. You cannot love someone if only showing one side. Again, life always has to be balanced. So that person needs to know you for the both good and the bad. So that person will also carry the tools to build you, and they will also carry the tools to break you. But that's just the risk of love. That's just the risk of love. But you need to always draw the line. You need to always draw the line. Most people get into relationships and they actually forget about their own self. They invest in all their time and energy into that relationship. They invest all their time and energy into that relationship that they lose sight of themselves. So now that partner basically brings all the joy to that person. That partner brings all the excitement. That partner makes you happy. And if you're not with that partner, you will not be able to function. Now, what I said, love is a beautiful thing. It's okay to love. But you need to set your boundaries. You need to set your boundaries. Attachment is very detrimental to you. Your partner will be going through things in his or her personal journey that you may not understand. You may not be able to understand what he or she is going through. So you need to know how to stand back sometimes. You need to know how to just let things go and let things be on their own and let things grow and manifest on their own. We are not here to we are not here to make anybody. We assist each other on our own journey. But we need to remember we need to focus on ourselves at all times. You get a few good people in your life, you love and appreciate them, you value them, but you do not lose sight of yourself. You do not lose sight of who you are. You do not lose sight of what you're working towards. The moment you make that mistake, that's when everything comes crashing down. For my fellas, not because you get a hot girl, mean you have to forget grinding. Every day you want to be home. Every day you want to be out, you want to go away for a girl or you want to go out for a girl. Remember, before you were a husband, before you were a boyfriend, you were a man first. As a man, you have a job to do. And for my future queen, before I was your husband, before I was your king, I was a man first. I have a job to do. So my kings and queens, I just want to give you insight, give you information, give you empowerment. Probably remind you of the dangers in being attached. We can even use an example where a parent with a child. It may sound wrong to you, but as a parent, you still can't even be attached to your child. Many people might find me wrong for saying this, but it's just the truth. Because again, your child is finding their own way as well. Your child is figuring things out for your child is figuring things for themselves. Sometimes parents like to make the child whole life for them before they're even born. And then when that child grows up to be a certain age, that child is actually depressed. Or sometimes, again, for the parents, sometimes that child is not doing things that you actually accept. And you're so attached to that child, probably that puts you into a phase, that puts you into a certain mindset that's not really helpful. So again, I just want to basically touch on the word attachment and just know that there's a difference in being attached and being in love. Love is a beautiful thing. Attachment is not. Love is a beautiful thing. Attachment is not. Most people would say you cannot be in love if you're not attached. But I will tell you that you are wrong. You are wrong. You do not need to be attached to somebody to be in love with somebody. You do not need to be attached to somebody to be in love with somebody. Again, love is a beautiful thing. Once again, I thank you again for viewing. Thank you again for tuning in. Love to send you love, peace, and light on your journey. And always remember to work on yourself. Because when the lights go off, when the music stops playing, when everyone goes home, you're only by yourself. Love, peace, and light.